A group of Trump supporters decided to go to TSU, which is an HBCU, and do the whole Charlie Kirk debate me on my racism and misogyny and all that type deal, trying to justify their racism, and they got ran up out of there. Rightfully so, right? Because it's like, why can't y'all leave us alone, bruh? And for a group of people that constantly says they hate black people and they wish we would go away and we don't need you, y'all show act like y'all need us in your life.
Okay, so I found like the perfect opportunity to experiment with talking black. This whole kids getting these guys, they went to a Tennessee HBCU and they got chased off campus. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know all the specifics, nor am I going to go into the details because I'm not interested. But I am going to try to talk black. Now, here's the thing. There are many different ways to talk black, okay? Because there's many different ways to be black. I'm going to start off with my individual blackness. Now, I think I'm kind of like Big Mama Black. Like, I'm cool, I'm chilling, I'm kept, I'm good, right? So, the way that I remember the black women from back in the day who were married to their husband of 20 plus years, they basically focused on their family and they took care of their family. And yeah, their husband, they'll have issues, but at the end of the day, they were still family, right? And that's all I knew. I come from a long line of wives, so that's all I know is, you get married, you raise your family, you mind your business. Now, in this social media world, you have to be a little more connected. So you can't really just kind of, okay, I'm going to take care of me, I'm going to take care of my family, I'm going to go about my business, right? Okay, cool. So off the rip, I found a clip of a black chick who's kind of going to give me a little soundboard.
We walking them to the door, y'all. I don't even know how they got on campus. We gonna figure that out, but I don't know. They need to get like a trespass penalty or something, because
I think I would probably categorize her as like, I don't think I'll call her ratchet. Definitely for the street. For me personally, I consider women like her bonnet crew. And no disrespect to the bonnet crew, no disrespect at all. One thing about me is I try to avoid confrontation. But the things I talk about, they do make people upset. That's not my goal though. And I'm gonna work on that. Social media is helping me out. I'm gonna work on that. But I'm gonna give my individual thought about this. I try to be balanced and I try to be fair. No, I don't agree with the way that this HBCU threw these guys off campus, the students. I do understand their frustrations, but when you're yelling at them and you're being crazy and stuff.
You called the East primitive for what? We created y'all knowledge. We created y'all science. We created y'all math. Besides steel, y'all didn't do anything to your.
If all you're doing is confirming what they say about you, and I don't believe what they say, I don't agree with their message. But at the same time, the fact that we are reduced as black people, people of color, to kind of being like bullies in a sense, that we're like yelling at people and acting crazy and stuff. And I gotta stop saying we. I'm not a part of that group. they are like yelling at people, acting crazy, all this disorderly conduct. Now, in their defense, this is their safe space. This is where they get to express themselves. This is where they get to really freely be who they are. That's one of the beautiful things about going to college is whatever that school is about, you get to fully be that. Now, for these guys who came to debate them, first of all, I'll be honest with you. Charlie Kirk was really one of a kind. No, I didn't agree with everything that he said, but I feel like his objective was to challenge people in college to think on the conservative spectrum, because everybody knows the liberal perspective is everywhere. It's in TV, it's in cartoons, it's everywhere. Like, they're pushing their agenda big time. So even though I did not agree with everything that Charlie Kirk was saying, his perspective is one that is shamed by most. I'll give an example. The conservative point of view, abortion is killing a baby. That's what it is, Now, on a liberal point of view, you can't even say what a woman is without getting in trouble. First, like I said, my perspective is there's a way to go about talking to people and dealing with people, even if you disagree with them. Yelling and screaming at them and knocking their stuff over and throwing stuff at them. All you're doing is giving them B footage to be able to say, hey, look at what these black people do. Look at how they are. Look at what they are, right? This is my bonnet response. I don't know why they thought they can come to our campus doing whatever they want to do, saying whatever they want to say. No, boo-boo. This is a HBCU. You come here, you dealing with black people. You come here, you gonna be respectful. We don't come to your house tearing your stuff up, talking bad about you. We can't even go over there. Since slavery, y'all been disrespecting us. So now it's time for us to disrespect you, boo-boo. That's a quick one. I'm a little rusty. I haven't been to the hood in a while. There's a lot of boo-boos in there. I grew up with a lot of boo-boos. Here's another one. You got like the educated, dignified, I call these the African Americans. If I were to take this as an African American, so what we saw today was a presentation of black strength. And we have a right to stand up for ourselves at all costs. As an educated black woman myself, when I was getting my education, I felt the need to speak up on issues that I was passionate about. And college is a safe space to where I can do that. And if it just so happened that my colleagues, their desire is to express themselves in a more, what people will say, a violent way, it's not violent. It's not violent. What it is passionate. And if something goes wrong and someone gets hurt, we got to understand that mental health is a real issue in this country. So before we go around talking about black people committing crimes, we need to talk about the fact that we have the most oppressed state in this country since slavery. We haven't been given our reparations. We haven't been compensated in any way. We haven't been repaired in any way. So therefore, you get what you get. Now, you're not going to come onto our campus and disrespect us. That sounded more LGBTQ. And you know what's so funny? When I think of a dignified black person, they usually are aligned with LGBTQ. And you know what? I'm going to tell you this. My voice is kind of deep. I'm going to be honest with you. I've always loved Anita Baker, Toni Braxton, Viola Davis, because I love the fact that these black women had these voices that were very, it's just gripping, right? I just love how low our voices are. So I might work on my octaves. But so far, the only thing I can think of in my Black voice is that Black is never wrong, okay? It's hard to talk Black because it's hard to think Black. Now, if I'm angry, if I'm holding somebody accountable, it's easy. If I'm blaming somebody for something, it's easy. But that's the problem. I don't feel the need to be angry. I don't feel the need to yell. I don't feel the need to pop my lips, roll my neck. I don't feel the need to do it. It's exhausting. Even if I am offended, at the end of the day, I feel like what I'm in control of is in the confines of my home. This is my safe space. This is my family. This is where I have say-so. The world outside, I can't control the world outside, nor is it my responsibility to. That's why I believe in a higher power, because I can pray about it and I'll be right. I have structure. So forgive me if I was a little off with my Black presentation. And I am more than open to any comments if I can get some pointers, because I'm trying to figure it out. Okay? But my question is, do I have this right in thinking that in order to talk Black, you gotta be mad?